Let me give you an example of how to create a simple pivot table. Now, this is a very simple sample data which enumerates what are the items you have bought, the category the items belong to, the store from which you have bought, the amount for which the item was for, and the months in which you have bought it. Now, using a simple pivot table, you can actually extract meaningful information out of it. What you have to do is simply you have to select this data. You can use cursor or you can use arrow keys. Go to insert, click on pivot table. Now here you can range has already been selected. You can select new sheet or you can use the existing sheet to place the pivot table in. In the location you can give any location which is quite away from the data, that is better for the pivot table to run. You selected this and you just click OK. So this is your pivot table is ready. Now pivot table has got many important fields, many important points as you should look at. These include filters, columns, rows and values. Now the values is basically the measures and the rows and columns are basically the dimensions. Now the dimensions are basically the columns or the rows in which you want to see your items, and measures is the counts or the any measure you want to evaluate those items as. For example, let's say you want to see in which month you have bought how many items. So you just click on months here, drag this to rows, so you get January, February, March. Okay. You want to see how many items you have bought, just drag the serial number into the values and you get 677. In January you have bought 6 items, in February 7 items, and in March 7 items. So this is basically a simple pivot table now. You want to see in each January, February, March from which of the categories you have bought items. So if you just drag the category and put it into under the months, you'll get in January you have bought 2 clothes, 1 gadget and 3 kitchen items. In February 1, 5 and etc. Similarly, you can do a lot more using pivots. For example, this is just a count. Now if you put amounts also, this is another measure. So you have bought 58,000 worth of stuff, in February 6,000 and in March 36,000 worth. You can also see the averages. Then you will see you have bought on an average each product was 9,700, 919 and in March 5,147 likewise. You get a lot of options here in the value field settings. You can sum, average, maximum, minimum. You can multiply the items you have counted, calculate the statistical variances and standard deviation, etc. using the pivot table. So it is very, very handy. I'm not going into the detail of the pivot table tools, but any other advanced options is available in the pivot table tools, the analyze and the design button. You can change a lot of things, introduce your own calculated field, etc. But that is for a higher level. For initial level, this is information should be good enough.